Hi everyone! It is Thursday the 23rd of June. The time is 3:34 p.m. and the temperature is 28 degrees. It is raining slightly. Let me just turn this around. So we are on Raffleski. Behind me is the Lau Pa Sat food center, and I'm thinking I'll walk through here because now we can go in without any kind of separate check-ins or anything, and I was just thinking let's walk through and have a look. It's not any kind of lunchtime or any rush here right now, so it might be a fairly quiet situation inside, but we'll have a look at everything's that open. I'm just closing my umbrella here. And then from there I think what I'm going to do is eventually make my way towards Amoy Street and just walk around a little bit. In the city center I haven't been since I got back, and I'm really keen to see how everything is. Places seem open, which is good. Got your variety back around here, which is fantastic to see. The strength of Lau Pa Sat, which is by the way one of the last marketplaces, sort of more original marketplaces around. It's been rebuilt and moved from the water side. Originally it was, I think, a fish market built in the 1900. And sometime then moved into the middle of the city, and now just a great place to catch all the different varieties of food you get in Singapore. Of course, you got a lot of hawker centers. Lau Pa Sat is not by any means the only place, but it is I think the most famous one, also known as Telok Ayer, or Ayer, is that closer? It really does smell good here. Oh, the chicken rice place is open as well. There was a shortage of chicken while I was away, I heard, with Malaysia not allowing any exports. But seems you can still get your chicken rice, which is good. One of the things you definitely expect to find and eat in Singapore if you do eat chicken. So a lot more open now than when I've last been here, so really nice to walk through. This looks delicious as well. It's cakes and things. And I imagine this place will fill up quite a lot as the evening goes on, and the lunch hour usually is a busy affair at Lau Pa Sat, with people returning to the offices in the city as well. So you get your food, then get your drinks in the middle here. Definitely worth seeing, and it's historical. And recognized as having national value. It's kind of a part of your, definitely part of your sightseeing tour to eat here if you come as a tourist. These cats are really, really cute. I like the bags. I might get one of those at some point. Look at the cats that had too much to eat. Life is good. That's so cute. I probably will come back to get one of those at some point. There you go. That was that. It's kind of an interesting idea to think that it's been a sort of moved from the water side where it used to be originally, and then of course the structure was changed in that process. It's a very beautiful building. We'll get a good view as I go along. So I'm going to head towards Amoy Street, following Cross Street here, kind of really in the middle of the city here. It's raining a little bit, but not too bad right now. a great spot for photos as well, definitely worth a visit. I do think I need my umbrella though. Oh, there we go. It's kind of a weird situation where you have a little tiny bit of rain, but enough to wear an umbrella. And then you have this beautiful sunshine, very Singaporean weather there. That's a cool view. And I am just really, really excited to be back. I think I said that on an earlier video as well, that things are starting to look better. I've got more things worked out than just a week ago. And that's a good feeling to know that I definitely will be able to keep doing this type of thing for a bit. It's really nice to be back walking in Singapore. Really missed it, and I'm going to miss it throughout the summer when I'm away for a bit. But right now it's just really, really lovely to be back and walking these streets. Cecil Street here. I won't take Cecil Street, even though it also has this nice city feel. Just I really want to get some of those nice shop houses after not having been around for a while. I'm sure I'll crisscross around the city streets on a few videos to come. We'll get Cecil Street as well, if not a few times even. I have some plans to go to places I haven't been yet, which, if you've been following me at all, you know I've been to fair few places in Singapore, a lot of the neighborhoods as well. There are some that are sort of more difficult to travel to, and definitely a few green areas, parks and nature reserves that would be lovely to visit. I think my Malaysia trip will be more towards September. That's okay. There's actually a lot to explore, and also nice to catch up with everything just here in the city. And yeah, I'm really excited to do that again, and I probably will try to visit all of the sort of main city areas, and of course Chinatown and Little India, that sort of thing. Just in these couple of weeks while I'm here. We're coming to the MRT station. This is the old temporary food market here. That's now moved to the Capitaland building, where there's a new Market Street hawker center. I recorded there just before leaving. It's a really, really nice place. Lovely views. It's actually right there. You can see some of it there. It has a interesting shape where the kind of metal structures give way to show the views. I really need to go back to see if that garden at the top is open. The 17th floor one was already quite impressive. Really like the space there. So this is Telok Ayer on the downtown line. And here's Telok Ayer Street. I think what I'll do is I'll go to Amoy Street and I'll loop through there and then come back to Telok Ayer. It is not really raining so much, so let's see if I can close my umbrella. So this is kind of what I was hoping I could get to. And continuing on Cross Street will bring you the sort of main area of Chinatown and South Bridge Road. Unofficial parking there, it seems, for the bikes. I'm not sure I'm even going to get to putting the battery back into my bike this time. We'll have to wait until September. So this is now Amoy Street, named after, I believe, an area in China where people came from originally. As part of the kind of original city plan made here. And the buildings are just really, really stunning here. Shop houses. Let's let the cars go through. I'm going to go back to the street. I'm not going to show you these beams and things. Just really beautiful where these buildings have been renovated and restored. It has quite a few nice restaurants as well. It's really good for that sort of thing after work or on the weekends. I think there's some information even on the province that people came from. A Hokkien community had sprung up by the early 1820s. So that's why the area, I guess, has such a nice feel. There's a lot that's actually genuinely old. There's a temple here, which we'll see from the other side as well as we go along, and this space is just really, really nice green oasis in the middle of the city with these little statues as well. On the other side we should have a really lovely wall painting. I've covered this before. I did a walk that covered most of the wall paintings around this area quite a while back, and my wall art walks are not ones that are super popular or anything, so you might struggle to find them. I made a playlist of them if that's something that interests you. And I did visit the food center as well around here, which has some more really, really nice wall art, nice paintings. I'm going to take a step back between the cars to get a better view. But this is actually one of my favorites. I really, really like the art on this one. Although I think I have quite a few favorites. I really love these paintings in Singapore, these ones that you can find around a lot of the areas, not only the touristy areas. And I covered quite a few of them on specific walks. I'll make sure that the playlist is available if that's something you'd be interested in, or you want to go and take a photo of yourself traveling to Singapore. I'll make sure that's available so you can find them. And I need to do a couple of more areas, probably in September. I have fairly specific plans now for what I'll do for the next couple of weeks. Nothing's happening here, so I'm just going to cross. Oh, the car park is full. They optimistically waiting to get in. Might take a while. But yeah, I'll definitely keep growing that collection of the wall art walks once I'm back for a little bit longer. The walkways are fairly narrow here, but it creates a nice feel as well. Well, people go past, we can have a peek at the beautiful buildings. Get the view of the rest of the street in a moment. Place on the other side has just really nice lanterns. That's the Korean barbecue place as well. I don't know what this place is specifically, but the doors are beautiful. The bravery. And we got Ugly Duckling Projects. Interesting business names. I think I'm going to need to make a move one way or the other. I'll get to the other side and get a view of the painting here and a view of the street on this side as soon as the cars go by. If you continued on through that little doorway there, you could climb up to Ancheong Hill Park and then get to Club Street through there. Oh well, we've got quite a few cars coming through. I wonder if I should go a little bit further and just get a better view before I cross. Yeah, we can go now. Very pretty temple in the corner here. Do kind of want to get a view down the street there and then off the wall there. So here's the food center I mentioned. It's often fairly busy for lunch, and right now you can see all of those red tapes around it have been removed, so you can just go in and enjoy, although still some signs about safe distancing, all of that type of management thing. But everything's fairly relaxed now. But you still see the majority of people who are not sort of eating or drinking something are wearing masks, which might feel a little bit weird to those of you who are maybe watching somewhere where most of that has gone. But in Asia you'll find well, I shouldn't speak for all of Asia, but you'll find in Singapore, even in Bali where I was just now, that mask wearing is required. Some places, that looks nice. I haven't seen this before. I think, at least I don't remember it from earlier. This place is so pretty. I love all the little balloons and the bears at top. Super pretty. And then they've got this old facade here. I think that's the original from 1956. There are a few places like this that have kept the original look, but then you've got all of the colorful, lovely look inside. I really like this place. I've been there for a drink a few times, and yeah, can recommend it. It's a nice place. This one, not familiar to me. Then we have the Alabar Mosque, which I probably mispronounced terribly, but apologies for that. I did my best. And these streets here are just worth crisscrossing through and having a look if you haven't been. And if you have been, then you know already that they will have a lot of nice little restaurants. And interesting things to see. And it's kind of a nice thing as well that this is actually an older area with that kind of a history. There's the Singapore Musical Box Museum here, 1913. But yeah, it's an actual older area. So it does have that history, and it's in the middle of the city. Like you can see the city background. If you followed me for any length of time, I always say that the old buildings or the shop houses with the city background, that's a pretty stunning thing, and Singapore has that in places like this. It's just so super beautiful. I've been told a few times as a tourist when I've taken people in not to record inside there, so I won't even try that. This is Ian Hock Kang, and there's a picture actually. Just going to get that picture. It looks pretty amazing. Ox carts in front, 1950. Amazing. So, began as a humble joss house in 1821. It's now really, really beautiful. And you can see the lanterns and everything, the decorations inside, definitely worth a visit. But even photos of yourself and your friends, I think they do not really encourage inside. But go and visit and see it for yourself. And you can always take photos on the outside. Oh, no entry unless vegetarian diet observed. That's some strict rules there. I could go in, but I won't. At least based on my diet. Don't know what the other requirements are. This is one of those lovely areas with the older mixed in with the new. It's so nice and so characteristic of Singapore. This is Lau Street, and I will cross to the other side and keep walking towards Cross Street. Where is the street here? Where am I supposed to walk through? I think maybe here, maybe by the door. I don't know. We'll just zigzag through here. It's looking really lovely with places open and really nice vibe again. It's a medical store. And Korean food. The Jungle Boy. Looking very pretty. So it seems trendy places are back in business, and yeah, you would definitely find somewhere interesting. And this store is not locked, but it does look like it is, but Peters and Love. Pretty cool. But yeah, it's starting to look like the Singapore we remember and love from before the whole pandemic stuff, which is lovely. It's just fantastic if we get closer to that. I guess we're not quite out of the woods yet, but the feel is definitely everywhere I've been that we're sighing in relief a little bit, not sort of letting our guard down, but travel is back. We have all this other stuff now though. I won't even go into it. I think these videos, we watch them for yeah, a little bit of an escapism from that sort of stuff, and for me at least it's definitely about positive things and seeing this lovely city at its best. But yeah, it's worth mentioning that when I was ordering groceries, there's an inflation charge now for the delivery. So yeah, that kind of stuff is going on here. And I know it's hitting people, so let's hope for the best. That's all we can do, really. Live our lives and hope for the best. But very aware that, well, I'm being affected by, we're all being affected by things that we couldn't imagine would happen as we come out of the pandemic, but we couldn't imagine the pandemic either, so that's life, and life goes on. We'll make the best of it anyway and showcase the good stuff. Otherwise it becomes impossible to keep it all together. You have to focus on the things you have, family, friends, good times, beautiful cities, good food, being able to go out and explore again, whatever your thing is. I hope you'd agree. I'm going to walk towards well, first we can cross Southbridge Road here, which would take us to Chinatown. This is a little bit not so pretty stretch with the construction going on. I guess it's good that construction is going on. It seems the rent prices have gone up tremendously. So if they're building more places to live, good. But yeah, like I said, even though there are all of those things, then definitely for me it's been quite a bit happening that I couldn't have expected the past couple of months. It's just really good. The feel in this city is different, and I think a lot of good things are happening and back, which is nice, lovely, and I'm on a good mood. It's very contagious when things are looking up. It's really, really nice to be back, and I know a lot of people who waited for a really long time have been able to travel here again. Can we do a detour here? It's blocked, but not on the... Okay, let's do a detour on Southbridge Road for a little bit. I'm going to probably cross at the lights and then walk just quickly through Chinatown to get a feel, just that one street there. Oh, there's the construction there as well. The Pinnacle at the back there, the big HDB building, and the wall. Behind Chinatown, always visible. We've got the really pretty wall paintings here on Muhammad Ali Lane. I really like the masts and of course the lion heads here. Super pretty. There's a cat there on top looking for fish. That's a fairly quiet vibe here, but more places open, like this sort of places weren't really in business yet when I was last around here, being directed this way, the pedestrian way. I walk over to the lights and across, and then maybe I can take Pagoda Street. That would be a good measure of how things are picking up. Indian temple on the other side is going through some renovations, or the temple, I shouldn't say Indian temple properly. Oh, really beautiful. Just looking into that. On the other side is the wall art of the Chinese opera. I think we're coming to half an hour, so what I'll do is navigate this construction here, and then make it to Pagoda Street and then walk through there. And there's the Buddha Tooth Relic Temple as well behind there. All the familiar sites, and that would be on my left, Tanjung Pakar. We continued there. I have plans, I think, for tomorrow to walk a little bit in that area. I think it will be a nice Friday evening destination. I'm just waiting to go through here. The food street is no longer a food street. Everything's being cleared away. We'll have a look as we cross. I think it's turning to red now. There we go. So we can have a quick look. This used to be the food street. It didn't make it in the pandemic, and the food stores have been cleared. So now it's just the through road, and there's the wall painting there. I'll come and visit the Chinatown as well, and go through the streets in more detail. But it's really nice to see all these shops and restaurants open. It feels like there's more life even compared to just a little over a month ago. But that's how important tourism is. It really, really does make a huge difference when people start coming in. And I think that's everywhere. Everywhere is having that same revival. This is Temple Street. This is just the entrance to the temple, which has the scaffolding around it. I guess it's very nice that they're doing renovations and making sure it's all in good shape. It's looking very, very closed for this stretch, but at least something's open. I think looking further ahead, it's a little busier, some people browsing. I bet this would be a bit busier on a weekend or an evening. I guess they wouldn't struggle to find your souvenirs from here, I'm sure. I think this might be new. Interesting. Is it just a shop or this museum? Looks like just a shop. Might be worth having a look. the next time I'm in here. They're still having things put back together to start sales. And a few people having a meal as well. So while it's not super busy, it's also not completely closed, so I think we're doing okay for Thursday afternoon. It's actually a fairly pleasant walk in Chinatown without too much crowds, and durians are the main attraction here as well. Everywhere in the city right now, durian sales are drawing a crowd. So that's the MRT station there, Chinatown. Now we're coming to what is it? 37 minutes according to my camera. I think that's a good time. Actually, let's go see this. I think that's a pretty good time for a video. Thank you so much for joining me. This walk from Lau Pa Sat food center to Chinatown through Amoy Street and Telok Ayer Street. Oh, this is also really, really nice always to see. So I hope you enjoyed that, and if you'd like to see more videos from Singapore for the next couple of weeks, and then from Europe probably for the next few weeks before I'm back in Singapore again where I live, in case you haven't been here before. And we'll have plenty more from here. Then you can of course subscribe to the channel like you can subscribe to any channel on YouTube, and come along for another walk. And you can come along anyway even if you don't subscribe. I'm very grateful for everyone who's following along and interested in these videos. And with that, I think we'll finish here on New Bridge Road in Chinatown. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the walk, and I hope I'll see you again soon.